How's it going, super friends? Welcome back to my channel. For today, we're going to be covering issue number 4 of DC Comics' No Justice. I know it's late, but better late than never, right? So issue number 4 of No Justice picks up exactly where issue number 3 left off. And if you don't remember, let me just refresh your memory. So the end of issue number 3 of No Justice, we saw Kaloo get hungry hippoed up by the Wisdom Titan, which means our 4 teams had failed. Team Wisdom, Team Entropy, Team Mystery, and Team Wonder. They failed because they didn't work together properly and they didn't really know what they were doing. And then most importantly, Brainiac had rigged the game so that he would have to be there for them to be victorious. And really, they were never going to be victorious because, as I said last time, he really just wanted to conquer Kaloo and then have the Titans go to Earth and then devour it and then be rid of all the heroes of Earth and be able to rule Kaloo. Yay! Well, that kind of screwed everything up. Because of Brainiac, the entire planet is dead, and the heroes probably could have saved it if Brainiac hadn't have messed with things in the first place and dampened their powers with the power nodes on their suits. Well, because the planet Kaloo has been destroyed, Brainiac 2.0 actually blames the Earthlings for it, rather than blaming his father, Brainiac, for the destruction by putting the nodes in the suits that will dampen their powers in the first place. No, he blames Earth. This is really stupid for someone as geniusly intellected as Brainiac 2.0. Is that a phrase? Geniusly intellected? Forget I said that. The point is, it's not really the heroes' fault. They could have done better, I believe, had Brainiac not tampered with their ability to use their powers to their fullest extent. So now, the Titans are at Earth. 4 trees representing all 4 of the basic elements have popped up all over Earth, one at the Fortress of Solitude even. All the Titans are already there. Only this time, the teams have a plan to make things right. They did manage to overcome Brainiac's suits. They just didn't do it fast enough, and that's why Kaloo got gobbled up. This time, they actually know how to push past it and how to work as a team a lot better, and they come up with this plan to actually take all of the various energies and store it, put it in one seed, thus equalizing out all of the trees, and then putting all of this energy into one seed and shooting it right inside of the Titan. This time, it was the Entropy Titan, because that was the tree that was giving off the largest signal. Kind of makes sense that the leading planet in the DC universe that has all of the multiversal crap magnet towards it would actually have Entropy as the tree that is the most dominant. That kind of makes sense, actually. So that's what they do. They take that fruit, they charge it up with all the energies, and then it's brought back to Hal Jordan, and Hal Jordan and Green Arrow have to shoot this thing up inside of the Entropy Titan. The idea is that he will devour all of the energies in this one seed, and then the rest of the Omega Titans will then gobble him up. And that's exactly what they did. They couldn't help themselves. They're described as beings that really don't think. They just kind of are and do. And so he's all charged up with this seed, and they couldn't help themselves. They then devour their brother. Well, that's a big deal, because it's later revealed that these Titans kind of bring balance to the universe in general. We're actually down 1 Titan now. There's no Entropy Titan. Now, throughout the story, we actually learn some new things, and this story does a really great job of setting up the multiverse, the DC universe at large, for what is to come. For one, we find out that that giant crack in the wall that the Green Lanterns, literally every Green Lantern has been there just trying to contain the crack, is a much bigger problem than we'd originally, as the readers, been let know what was happening. For one, you have multiversal energy just oozing out into the crack. That's a huge big deal because the multiverse is bleeding to death. In other words, it's dying. The Green Lanterns, under the guidance of the Guardians of the Galaxy, are supposed to be the police force of the universe and keep it safe. And so right now, this is their main focus, trying to seal this crack, and they still don't know how they're gonna do it. Even with them working around the clock, 24/7, exhausting their powers, they're still not really stopping it. They're slowing it down a little bit. They're buying the multiverse time, but right now that's all they're doing. Other developments that I think are really interesting because of this story is that Brainiac 2.0 really is being set up, I see, as the main Brainiac in this universe now. He is taking over for his daddy as the Brainiac of the DC universe, only he is fueled by a deep hatred, blaming the Justice League, blaming the heroes of Earth for the crack in the wall in the first place. I don't get it. Honestly, the Justice League did what they had to do to save the multiverse from the dark multiverse. I mean, hello, if they didn't do all that stuff with the magical metals, then really, where would the multiverse be now anyway? To solve one problem, they kinda had to cause a second problem as far as I see it. So you can't blame the Justice League for this. But he hates him, and he's gonna be Brainiac. That's what I think. Next, and almost one of the most important things that they've planted in this story, is that the Martian Manhunter, who has been elected chairperson of the Justice League again, so cool he's back in the league. I am so for that. Good thing to have John Jones back at the table, right? Connecting the league together. He has given Ollie, the Green Arrow, a device or something, a mystery item in a box that, should he ever need to, he can take down, stop, destroy the entire Justice League with whatever it is inside of this box. Of course, Oliver doesn't want this burden laid on his shoulders. He tries to give it back to the Martian, but nope, he won't take it, and so it ends up in Oliver's trunk, and he hasn't told anybody. He hasn't even told the Black Canary, Dina Lance, that he has this thing in the trunk. Now, without telling you absolutely everything and leaving there a whole lot of meat on the bone for you to pick from, you can go read the issue yourself. The final thing that I was really excited to see was the formation of 3 new Justice teams. The first of which, and the one I'm most excited about, is a very classic looking Justice League that actually resembles the Justice League of the animated series pre-Justice League Unlimited, but when it was just Justice League. I love the fact that we get Hawkgirl, Martian Manhunter, and Jon Stewart back on the team, while also retaining Wonder Woman, Batman, Flash, Aquaman, and Superman, and the Cyborg. To me, that is awesome. I can't wait to see the stories they tell. Secondarily, we see Wonder Woman's Justice League Dark team, and I think that's an incredibly interesting lineup. Just looking here at the characters they've assembled to tell these stories, I think they can do some really interesting stuff. I do kind of wish, though, that they had have inserted Deadman onto the team, too, because Deadman is an incredibly interesting character, and he would have brought a really cool dynamic to the team, but this is definitely going to be very interesting. And then the final, and possibly the strangest team, is the team consisting of Starfire, Darkseid, Cyborg, Azrael, and Jessica Cruz. Again, they're going to be able to tell some really interesting stories with this team, but I think it's weird that they have Darkseid on this team, and he doesn't even really look like Darkseid. What's going on here? Again, because of the assembly of this team, I think that there's going to be some very interesting stories that they're going to have the ability to tell here. So now, with all 3 of these new Justice teams being assembled, as well as the Outsiders being put together under the tutelage of Batman, there's going to be some really epic storytelling that they can do here. And that's really what it's all about. Telling good stories. We love the characters because they're involved in good stories. The people that handle these characters know them well enough to know what kind of a story they need to tell to A, challenge the character, B, to cause the character to grow, and then C, for it to be classic enough that things don't go beyond recognizability for that character. Again, I'm super stoked at the storytelling in the DC Universe, and people can debate how good the movies are. Some people say they suck, some people say they're great, but I think it's completely undeniable that the DC Universe is killing it in the comics. They are telling some really awesome stories, and I can't wait to at least get my hands on all of the first issues of these books to give them all a taste test. I mean, I definitely will be buying the regular Justice League title, but maybe I'll buy the first issue of each of the other ones and just see how I feel about them. But with that, I think I've said my piece, so I might as well end the video here. So thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me that you come back and watch these videos. If you like the video, please take the time to leave a like on it so that I know that I'm doing something right and hopefully you're being entertained. And then also, if you have anything to say about this miniseries, if you've been reading it, if you think it was stupid or you loved it, hey, let me know down in the comments below what you think about it. And then finally, if you think you would like to become a super friend and join the DC squad, just hit the subscribe button. Remember to ding that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, Super Friends. Take care.